New Yorkers across the city are dreading the upcoming shutdown of the L train, which is set to inconvenience hundreds of thousands of daily commuters for 15 long months. But the MTA has announced the addition of several alternative routes to move people between Brooklyn and Manhattan. Many New Yorkers are still worried about the dramatic effects that this extended maintenance project will have on their everyday lives. One such New Yorker is Emmett Adler, a filmmaker currently working on a documentary about the L train shutdown and the people most affected by it. He joins us now. Emmett, welcome to the program.
Thanks for having me.
So, Emmett, I think it's safe to say that most New Yorkers know that the L train is going to be shutting down next year for 15 long months, and pretty much all of them know that it's likely to be a huge pain for all of us. So what will your film show that we don't know? What do you hope to convey in the film?
Well, I think the film will show sort of how our politics work around the MTA. It'll give some history about the subways and how they've gotten to this sort of state of disrepair that they're in now. And then, it'll give you sort of a front row seat to the human impacts, businesses, residents, commuters, children who have to use the L to get to school. It affects people across every age and demographic.
Right, right. You have an interesting shooting schedule for the film. In fact, you began shooting it in 2016, 3 years before the scheduled shutdown. And according to current plans, you're going to finish shooting months before the shutdown ends. Would you think that'd be the time where most of the drama or much of the drama would unfold? Why this timeline?
Well, for one thing, I wanted to get in early. When I first realized that the L train was going to be shutting down a couple of years ago, I realized it was going to take some time to build the relationships in the community to get the access that we need for a film like this. And I also wanted to see the before and the after, what people say, what politicians say is going to happen. What's going on right now is a lot of the planning for the shutdown and a lot of the anxiety, the nervousness. Business owners are nervous and residents, of course. So I wanted the before and the after, what people say is going to happen and what actually happens. The preparation.
Okay, so who have you spoken to so far? What have you shot?
So we've covered a lot of sort of the MTA's outreach efforts in the communities. They've been holding open houses. They've been going out to the community. We've interviewed the president of the MTA, President Byford, at those meetings, and we've been trying to follow his sort of arrival and his efforts here in New York. And we've spoken to a lot of business owners, a lot of activists, city council members, just kind of all the people who are sort of on the forefront of this issue.
And what are they telling you?
Well, people who are in the communities that are going to be affected or representing
most affected,
those, yes, they're freaking out.
Surprise.
Yeah, as you might imagine, they're very concerned. It's going to affect everyday life. Some people are kind of like, well, we'll just deal with it, and they will, And then I think the MTA and the Department of Transportation, the people who are sort of involved in trying to make this situation go over smoothly, also realize that this is an unprecedented disruption. And
are they freaking out?
A little bit, I think.
Because the reason I ask is I just recently spoke to a transport expert here in New York City, and I asked him, how come elected officials and MTA officials seem so allowed the subways to collapse to the degree that it has? Well, mostly, he says to me, it's because they don't ride the subway. And I'm wondering if the MTA officials and the elected officials involved with the L train shutdown, do they ride the L train?
Well, I don't know if they ride the L train, but, President Byford's the new president of the MTA. Yeah. He came in January, and he seems to be, trying to make an effort to ride the trains with the people, and he seems like a man of the people so far. So I wouldn't, hold him at fault for not understanding the issues. I think actually the reason the subways have declined in large part is because, the MTA officials don't write the checks, they don't allocate the funds, and so in many cases they don't have the resources.
When you think about the L train shutdown, you think about the inconvenience to the commuters, primarily. But I mean, the people who are going to be hurt the most probably are the businesses on the L train route, and you've talked to them. Talk about what they're saying to you.
Yeah, I mean...
And how are they going to cope?
Yeah, they don't know. You know, they say the L train is their money train, and what are they going to do without all these, tourists come in to especially Williamsburg or bodegas all the way up and down the line, rely on, commuters who stop in because of the convenience of having the bodega right there on the corner. And if they're coming on a separate line or they're not commuting via the subway because of this, then they don't stop at that bodega. And in a lot of cases, those bodegas, it's taken, these people have traveled from long way away with supporting multiple families.
So you think some of these businesses are going to shut down?
I think inevitably there will be some casualties.
So we only have a little time left, but you have said that you don't only want to convey the problems with the L train shutdown, but you want to address larger themes in this film. Quickly, what are some of those larger themes?
Well, I think, the situation with the New York City subways is emblematic of infrastructure nationwide. We've all heard all about it, that infrastructure is crumbling, that we don't maintain the things that we build because maintenance is not sexy for a politician. Politicians want to build a brand new station or a brand new building or statue or park. They don't want to maintain what we have, and that's really what's gotten us to this point. I mean, the L train was flooded by Hurricane Sandy, so it's slightly a different case, but maybe it should have been outfitted to prevent some kind of flood like that. I mean, because obviously it was vulnerable, but no one's really.
Well, quickly, as I said, the film is going to come out at the fall next year.
Yes.
But you were going to be showing snippets of it online?
Yes, on our social media. Thanks for asking. At LTrainDoc on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. We're actually releasing bits of footage as we shoot it, and we are showing behind the scenes and information about the L train shutdown. So if you want to stay up on the latest and see what we're doing,
okay,
that's the place to do it.
All right. Well, Emmett, thank you so much for joining us today.
Okay. Thank you for having me. Appreciate it.